Today, we will learn all about Microsoft Word for genealogy. I'm your trainer, Lori Coffey. Who spends more time at the keyboard than a professional writer like Ernest? But who understands readers and formatting more than a professional designer like Lori? I will give you lots of whys behind the design and formatting options so you can decide what is right for you and your audience. Nothing screams amateur more than higgledy-piggledy variation, and nothing screams professional more than consistency. Word formatting helps you be consistent with how your text looks. We'll start with font formatting to easily unify the look of your text. On the Home tab, click the Font drop-down to see Theme Fonts, Recently Used Fonts, and All Fonts. Here's a rule when choosing your fonts. You have 3 options, even if you have 65 different font names. They will all fall into one of 3 categories: sans serif, serif, or specialty, like this one that I bought just for historical presentations. Serifs are these little feet which help your readers read words in long body text. Sans serif fonts don't have the little feet. That makes them better for quickly read text like headlines. Next to the name of the font are font size options in points. Either type in a number or use the drop-down to pick a size up to 72, which is 1 inch high from the top of the ascender to the bottom of the descender. Don't worry about those terms. Or use the increase or decrease font size buttons. That's my favorite option. Just the big A and the little a. Make them bigger or smaller. Just select the text first. Here's a tip if you like keyboard shortcuts. Select a word, then hit the Control key, then either open bracket or close bracket to decrease or increase the font by 1 point. I love that one. To remember all the new shortcuts I'm giving you today, I recommend you get a pad of colorful stickies and put the shortcut on it. Then stick it to your monitor until you remember it. Then replace it with the next one. I love that one. That's my favorite. And it doesn't matter which bracket you use. Once you see it's going the wrong direction, use the other bracket. Here's a tip when you want to change the formatting and you want to be consistent. Just under the Home tab, look for a very powerful little paintbrush tool, the Format Painter. I use this in all the Microsoft programs. Once you format a word the way you want it, you can use the Format Painter to duplicate it with just 3 clicks. First, click on the word with the formatting you like. Second, click on the Format Painter tool. And last, click on the word you want that formatting on. Let's see it in action. Click, click, click. If you double-click the tool, you can paint indefinitely until you click the tool again. Now, is it worth it for just bolding? Probably not. But if you bold, italic, and underline, that's a lot more complicated. If you wanted a specific size and all that, you'll definitely want to use this tool. When you feel comfortable about why to use a font, size, and format, you can make it the default setting for the text in every new document. It won't change what you've already got, but every new document will now show it this way. First, select text that has all the formatting you want. Under Home in the Font section, click the launcher to open the font dialog box. Click the button Set as Default. Whatever you've selected will now be the automatic font for every new document. In addition to font formatting, another area to make consistent is the entire paragraph. Make decisions to format the paragraph like full justified, where the sides are even, but there are gaps within the paragraph, making it harder for the reader. Or left justified, where the left side is even and the gaps appear on the right side. That's also known as ragged right. Click line and paragraph spacing to add white space in a lot of gray text. We'll look at that more again in a minute. Let's see it in action. See, I'm just hovering over it so you can see what it looks like, which is great if you want to make edits in it. You can print it out and there's room for you to write edits. If you like to indent the first line to give the reader a sign that this is a new paragraph, click the launcher to see the paragraph dialog box for indentation. By 1/2 inch or less, I prefer less. I prefer the 0.3. You can also set this as a new document default. We have just learned how to format both the font and the paragraph to unify the look, and even set them as the default for all new documents. In a minute, I'll show you a less permanent option that's just as quick.